This happened about 2 years ago. I was just getting off of work from an 8 in the morning to 2 p.m. shift at my job. It's a local grocery store, and I was feeling a little beat and needed a place to sit and wait for the bus to come. Normally, I used the bus stop closer to my job, but it was the end of the winter, and the bus stop I normally go to didn't have any benches out yet. And you gotta know I needed to sit really bad. I was exhausted, and my back hurt from standing all day. I had to head up to the next bus stop, which was only 2 short blocks away. I sat there once before. It was peaceful and had a very comfy bench, and at the time I was able to get there with some time to spare. But in this case, I wish I'd stayed at the usual stop. I never saw it coming. I'm less than a block away from this bus stop when I see this man, a strange man. I'm guessing he was homeless, but I couldn't smell anything. I could tell right away that he was plastered, which was odd because it was basically the middle of the day. As I walked past him, he said to me, "Hello, friend. Do you have a one I can borrow?" I was kind of startled that he had talked to me at all. I just wanted to walk past and get to my bus stop quickly. I made up my mind and just intended to ignore the guy. I know it sounds rude, but this guy was very obviously drunk. He made Captain Jack Sparrow look sober. Anyway, I continued to walk by the guy, and I saw the bus stop dead ahead, when I heard him say behind me all of a sudden, "Well, fine. I guess you hate me." I wanted to tell him that I don't know him, that I couldn't hate the guy if I've never met him before. I've never seen him in my life. And believe me, I see a lot of homeless people where I work. I made it to the stop at last, and I sat down to my heavenly bench. But unfortunately, not 2 minutes later, who should stumble by to the bus stop? The homeless drunk man. He sits down next to me and asks me, "So, why do you hate me?" I was getting fed up and frustrated. I just wanted to relax. I didn't want to talk to this weird man. So I decided to speak my mind. I said to him, "Sir, I do not know you." I know this was pointless arguing with a drunk, but sometimes a man needs to speak his mind. He replied with, "But you still hate me." I answered, "I can't hate you if I don't know you, sir." "Then, do you want some vodka?" "Sir, I don't drink, not at 2 in the afternoon," I replied. "You're cute," he followed up with. "Would you please just leave me alone?" It was at this point I had realized another person had come to the bus stop, a woman. Since I didn't have a cell phone on myself, I went up and told her what was happening. She had apparently heard some of the conversation, as she was 1 step ahead of me. She took her phone out and began to dial the cops. When I turned back to the strange man looming over me, he was now holding the biggest knife I had ever seen. I mean, he barely had any clothes on. I had no idea where he pulled this knife from. It was one of those deadly-looking Bowie knives. "Aw, come on, why you gotta be like that?" he said, and he sounded really angry. And the look on his face told me he could do anything at any second. This guy was a crazy drunk. There's no telling what he would do if we set him off any further. Luckily, the bus arrived that very second, and I basically threw myself on board, along with the woman. Away from the man who didn't follow us inside. I don't think he had the capacity to at that point. The woman dialed the police, and I watched as the man passed out on the bus stop bench, the knife falling to the concrete ground. When I saw that, when I finally felt safe again, I couldn't help but think that that was a close one. I still ride the bus back and forth to work. That man may have been harmless, I don't know, but with a weapon like that, and with his judgment completely clouded, I wasn't going to take the chance. Thankfully, I've never seen that grease rat again. Be careful at the bus stops. You never know what kind of strangers you'll run into.